Hello, my air sign friends. Welcome to your monthly reading for December, the first half of December, 1 through 15. We're going to see what's going on with the love energy for you guys. See what the deal is. See what is in store. I also do weekly tarot readings for each zodiac sign for the week ahead. I do a little forecast. And in those readings, I also pull one card for love. So be sure to check out the weekly tarot readings too. Go ahead and subscribe and hit notification if you haven't already. And you'll get a notice when the new videos are up. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. I feel like I need to do 2 more shuffles. I don't know why. I'm being told to shuffle 2 more times. There we are. And so we're going to do the first quarter of the month and the second quarter of the month and see what the deal is for love for our air sign friends. So we have 7 of Pentacles, guys. A lot of you maybe have been chasing after something for a really long time. For some of you, maybe you've been chasing in relationships and you don't want to do it anymore. Or you've had somebody chasing after you and you're tired of it and you don't want that clingy energy. Or you've been so busy chasing your goals and dreams or aspirations or whatever it may be that you haven't really had time for love, okay? So there could be a big message with this card coming in for you to pay attention to that, to pay attention to where you're putting your energy and if what you're getting back from it is worthwhile. You might be working too hard on something and your angels and guides and universe is asking you to take a step back. Now, maybe this might be a good time for a break and to reevaluate working smarter versus harder. And making time for other things in your life, for joy, for happiness, for pleasure, for love, for whatever it may be. Something may be taking up too much of your focus or too much of your time. It might be too much energy that you're putting into something. Your next card here is King of Swords, okay? So air sign, this could be you because King of Swords is an air sign person, okay? It could be where you're beginning to look at your love situation or love relationship, a current love relationship or the lack thereof of a relationship. You might be approaching it with a very logical and analytical way of thinking. You might be really thinking about how you want to move forward and if something is going to be realistic for you. Maybe some of you have been dating somebody for a while and you're like, hey, you know what, it's been good, but then lately it's been a lot of work and now I'm just trying to figure out if this is going to be practical. Can I see myself living life in this way? So some of you may be really examining a relationship because it might be turning out to be more work than you had anticipated. Maybe some of you are looking at your life and you're looking at ways of simplifying your life because you may be feeling like life has been getting in the way of being able to have a happy relationship. Some of you may be preparing for some kind of legal contract or legal defense, and it may be making you nervous, or vice versa. Your partner may be preparing for some kind of legal contract or legal defense, and it may be making you feel a little bit defensive. I don't know why. This came up for another sign too. It may have been the water signs. I'm not sure. I think it was the water sign, so maybe some of you are dealing with the water sign, but it's coming up again here for you all. There could be something with some kind of a prenuptial agreement or some kind of release or waiver or something you're wanting a person to sign before moving forward with them. Or some kind of legal agreement that needs to happen between you and a partner. And so maybe some of you are feeling defensive, like, well, hey, this person should know I'm not with them for their money, or I don't want their family inheritance, and I'm so insulted. How dare they ask me? And maybe some of you are like, I feel really bad about doing this, but like, I have to. So some of you are coming to this time or this energy where there's legalities that have to be determined. Maybe some of you are having issues with legal paperwork that's affecting a relationship. Maybe there's something legally about residency or something of that nature that needs to be examined or to look at. Or maybe you're trying to figure out if it's worth doing the paperwork or legal work that you're going to have to do to be with a certain person. I don't know why this card is really coming in very strong with the whole legal thing for some reason. Typically, King of Swords is somebody who's not very emotional. It's about planning, it's about negotiating, it's about strategy, but it could also have to do with legal agreements. And for whatever reason, like that energy is coming in very heavy for you all with this card today. So there could just be something legal papers, legal agreements. It could be going to the courthouse and getting a legal marriage. It could be something as simple as that. It could be where somebody wants to move forward with you, but you have to get a relationship, a marriage, officially divorced. Maybe you haven't been with this person for years, but you never got divorced, and you're having to get that figured out. Your next card here is Nine of Wands, or Nine of Canes in this deck. It's called Nine of Canes. Somebody is feeling defensive and somebody is feeling not safe. So some of you may, like very literal here, like the very little image of the card, maybe some of you are dating somebody with children. Either you have children or they have children, and the kids are just, they're not feeling it. They don't like it. They're letting you know they don't want you around. Or if they're your kids, they don't like it and they're letting your partner know that they don't want your partner around. So some of you are having that whole like stepchild dynamic thing happening. Some of you, it's not even a stepchild. Maybe your kids are getting jealous of the attention that, you know, is happening between the parents, and they might be making an issue. Some of you are feeling very insecure about a relationship or in your singleness because of some childhood issue. There's something with the inner child that's feeling very abandoned or very unsafe right now, and it could be affecting the love life as well. So again, this is a general reading. It's going to apply in different ways for different people, and I always try to think of all of the different scenarios that could apply with this energy, because there's, you know, anywhere from a few hundred to a few thousand that watch each video. So it's not going to be 100% the same situation for each person. Be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because those might give more information, or they may resonate with you more than this reading even. Next we have, for the second quarter of the month, we have Knight of Wands. So this is like moving forward. This is being in that passion energy, right? So I think we have Nine of Canes or Wands. That's coming right after this King of Swords. So some of you Gemini and Libra and Aquarius friends, you may be in this energy of where you're trying to think very logically, but your passion is getting the best of you, okay? So somebody maybe is looking super hot, or you're very attracted to them, or they just really know how to turn you on. And so some of you maybe are in this thing of where you're struggling with making good judgment, or you're struggling with, you know, the amount of work that you're putting into the relationship versus what they're putting into the relationship. For some of you, this also could be an ultimatum. Maybe you're giving a person an ultimatum, or they're giving you an ultimatum. Because Knight of Canes is very, or Knight of Wands in some decks as it's called, it's very fast moving energy. It's like really quick. And sometimes it could be an ultimatum. It could be somebody coming in and saying, look, you know, I need to know right off the bat, like, you know, what your intentions are with me, or I don't want to see you anymore. Or we've been, you know, dating for so long, and, you know, it's time to make it official, and you need to make up your mind, and, you know, is it happening, or are we breaking up? So some of you may be having some ultimatum coming up, which really seems to happen towards the end of the year and towards the holidays, especially if you've been seeing somebody for a while. People sometimes get really caught up in where is this going, and like they want to know, or they want to be done. And some of you are dealing with that kind of energy. Maybe some of you are preparing to give somebody else an ultimatum, you know? But this could also just be passion, being very attracted or very drawn to someone. Again, like I said, general reading, it's going to apply in different ways for different folks. Next is Six of Canes, and I'm very happy to see this card, guys. I'm very happy to see this card, and I'll tell you why. You know, we talked about having to be in the logic. We talked about feeling threatened, right? And this card could even be, you know, somebody who's maybe overpowering you or being pushy in some way or persistent. Whereas this card is about victory, overcoming all that. like being able to stand in your power, being able to get out of a tricky situation, or being able to get what you want. So whatever is happening with this relationship, you're coming out victorious through it. And so even if somebody's coming at you with an ultimatum, or you're giving someone else an ultimatum, whatever it might be, things are going to be going in your favor, air sign. Things are going to be going in your favor, or at least you're coming into this energy where you're feeling safe. You're not feeling threatened anymore, right? Or if there's somebody who's threatening your relationship or feeling threatened by your relationship, you're able to set down that boundary, or you're able to get into that thing of where like it's not going to be affecting you anymore. You're able to take care of it. So I think that's a very good card to have come up, considering the other cards that have been coming up. It's a pretty powerful message. So your next card here is the Hermit, which came up for the fire signs. So maybe some of you air signs are dealing with a fire sign, but not necessarily. I'm just saying that because it came up for them as well. It doesn't mean that you are dealing with a fire sign. The Hermit card is about taking a step back and really getting clear about what you want, and really like discovering yourself and getting to know yourself, and what are your priorities, what are your deal breakers, what are your principles, like what is important to you. And it's spending time alone. It's kind of like pulling away. So this isn't out of depression. It's just kind of like you're trying to figure out what you want. So maybe some of you are putting the brakes on a relationship, not breaking up, but slowing it down. Or maybe you're dating somebody who's doing this to you. The reason why they're slowing it down is not because they've lost interest. It's just that it's coming to a point where a decision does need to be made, right? And am I doing this? Am I moving forward with this or not? And so it could be about just trying to discover what you're feeling and what you want, if you want to move forward, if this feels right for you. For a lot of you also, the Hermit is a very significant card. In general, it's basically a major arcana card. It has to do with spiritual enlightenment, with growth. So a lot of you might be dealing with a very, very significant soulmate. This could be a very significant soulmate who's about to really blow your mind and like help you in expanding your thinking and your spiritual development. It could be an indication of that as well. You might need a private reading to figure out how that would apply to you, or how all these cards apply to you, because it's going to be different for each person, and it's going to be case by case. So I do have all of the information in the description about how to get a private reading, and what the different options are and the costs and all that good stuff. So check that out. Thank you so much, guys. Be sure to watch your rising sign and moon sign videos as well. And check out every week the forecast for each zodiac sign, because I do one love card in there as well. So you get a general message for the week plus one card for love. And then twice a month you have a love reading. So that's a lot of readings. So make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification button, and that way you'll get the notices when the new videos are up. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Thank you for those of you reaching out for private readings. I'm really enjoying getting to know you guys. Thank you for keeping in touch on social media. And just thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Take care.